All right, so once you've planned your series and have used the tracing paper to copy your images off the screen. So you can see here, I have this image that's on my tracing paper, and I have my little postcard of watercolor underneath. And I could see that my tracing was a little shorter, so I added the other legs here of my two rabbits. But what I'm gonna do now is take a piece of the small transfer paper that's on the counter, and you guys have the folder full of little squares of transfer paper. And I'm going to, so you can see I've got it kind of planned on my postcard. I'm gonna hold my tracing paper and I'm gonna slide my piece of transfer paper underneath here so that I can transfer my image to my watercolor postcard. And I'm gonna do this for all three of my images all at once. I recommend that you work on your images together as a group rather than think about doing them one painting at a time. We want them to feel like they belong together. And so painting them together is sort of a part of the process and kind of key. So this is, you should be at this step by today, that you're ready to transfer to watercolor paper. Some of you maybe were ready to do this yesterday, but this is the next step, just so you can sort of see it happening here, that I am going to be transferring my images to watercolor paper. Once you transfer all three of your images, you will have that series of 3 images on the 3 pieces of postcard. And what you're gonna do is take your postcards and tape them down together on a board. So you can see here, I have a series of postcards that's kind of in progress. And I have taped them down here together so that when I paint, I'm painting across all 3, sort of like they're 3 parts of the same painting. So you can see at this point, I have my background in on all 3, and I've used the same color and the same technique, and I have, as I've painted them, just gone straight across the whole of the sheet. You can also see that I'm starting to do some of the rest of the painting, like the background is finished for all of them. And I have started painting some of the other elements. So you should be at this place today where you are beginning the process of making the paintings happen. And I just recommend that you work on them together rather than saying, okay, I'm going to do this painting and then I'm going to do this painting and then I'm going to do this painting. They'll feel more like 3 separate paintings then. So you can see here, because I've painted the background all at the same time with all 3 of them, I have like the same tonal quality with my watercolor for the background. And as I continue to paint, like I have spools of thread on 2 of my images, I'm going to be able to use the same or similar colors as I paint from one to the next without having to try to like remix that paint exactly again and again. So hopefully you guys are all at the place where you have transferred and you are beginning your watercolor series paintings today. Obviously this work will continue into tomorrow, and I am looking forward to seeing what you guys create.